Welcome to our series, The Bhagavad Gita for All. Namaskar. Chapter 8, Akshar Brahma Yog. In our last episode, we deduced that Shree Krishna's presence in our life is like light, formless, untouchable, and indestructible. Light brings everything into perspective. Darkness is what fuels our ignorance and nothing makes sense. Let us therefore turn to light, the light within us. People and their karma. We've seen two kinds of people in this world. There is the one type that withdraws completely from all worldly affairs and retreats to practice spirituality. Then there's the other type who finds such enjoyment in fulfilling their senses that the path to spiritual realization is a little further than they think. Neither of these are fulfilling the goals stipulated by Shree Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. To recognize what might be the best way of working and living in this world according to Shree Krishna, we'll have to understand the law of karma. Karma, as we all know, are actions which are performed by an individual in this and previous births. It is these very karmas that decide one's fate in future births. When do you suffer from karmic reactions? When you work thinking about the outcomes, the rewards of that work. That's why the need to practice Karma Yoga. Shree Krishna stipulates Karma Yoga in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. What he means to say is to work diligently, fulfilling all your responsibilities, and not think about any of the outcomes of your action. This is Karma Yoga. Putting karma in perspective. The time you forget about a higher power, you will come face to face with all these desires that are trying to push you off track from your duties and your responsibilities. You know these desires: greed, lust, anger, hatred, envy, and so on. They'll spin around you and derail you from what you're supposed to be doing. But you need to be relentless. If not God, you can always perform actions dedicating them to a cause you believe in. Like, say, your peace of mind. This cause could be anything, as long as you set your heart and mind to doing a good job about it. Think about Arjun in the Maharbharat. He was a warrior, and his duty was to fight and restore righteousness. He fought keeping in mind Shree Krishna's instructions. He didn't think about any of the outcomes of the war or his actions. With the law of karma, Shree Krishna says that Arjun never accrued any bad karma because he did his duty. That's the same message for us here. What we must remember while performing any duty is to not pay attention to the actual actions performed by the body. The real awareness should be in what we're thinking when we're performing this duty. That will determine our future. Here's what I think. We all have the liberty to write and rewrite the story of our life. Our thoughts, from which source our feelings, our emotions, attitudes, and the way we behave, well, all of these thoughts have an unlimited power. In the Yajurveda, we come across a line that reads, "Attractiveness and magnetism of your personality is the result of your inner radiance." You can therefore choose, and choose consciously, generosity over selfishness, compassion over hate, peace over greed, or even forgiveness over grudges. You must realize that your identity of who you are is not in the material objects you possess. This is the wisdom you're learning. Along with knowing that you do possess the power to overcome hardships and unfavorable circumstances. This is nothing but you working on yourself. You will not be able to solve your problems until you receive the learning that that issue was supposed to enlighten you with. Think of yourself as a potter. Your life is like a lump of clay. The potter has the freedom to create any design he or she likes. That's the same with you. Design a life that's not just fulfilling, but one that's dedicating to fulfilling your duty, your swadharma. Dhanyavad.